Hey, poppers. So after crashing, reloading drivers, see if we can't get match 3 or second completed match in. Let's see what we can get here. Alright. Shadows over Innistrad Sligh. Let's play it. Crack a Dr. Pepper. Not a beer on this Memorial Day weekend yet. That happens later. I'm a responsible adult after all. That's why I played Pauper. I played Pauper so I don't spend all my money on magic. Alright. Kubosek. We will play first. We like to play first. We are a burn deck at heart. We just do it with cards that stay on the board. 2 lands, we keep it. Cohort on turn 1, Scred Freak turn 2. And yield to the end of the turn. Not going to do anything here. Alrighty. Do we Jackal this turn so that the Scred Freak comes down next turn? Yeah, you know what? We can Jackal here. And Glitterfang and get in for 5. Oh, we'll get in for 3 at least. I always forget. They don't have... Not everything has haste. But that works. We got an extra point in. We didn't leave one out. Fertile ground. So we are playing a Simicky combo sort of thing. Alright. I assume it's a combo anyway. Let us Valley Dasher. Move to combat. Swing with the team. Get in for 6. Next turn, we've got 8 on the board. Get a land, and we can have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I don't think we can get more than 10 with 1 land. Unless we pull a Bushwhacker, and we can Glitterfang and whack, and that would be a lot. Or we can pull a Fire Blast. Win that way. I think the, Pauper has been described as Legacy Light because the cards go back that deep. There's cards that are Legacy legal that are not Modern legal. Oh, there we go, Fire Blast. I think you really need to be able to survive 20 damage in 4 turns to be able to have a deck capable of competing. I'm not entirely sure what I'm playing. I will probably be not surprised to recognize it in game 2 if it gets off the ground by being on the play. But if it doesn't get, if it can't resist, if a deck can't, oh, he quit on us. I don't like that. It really frustrates me because it's tourney practice. If your deck's not good enough, go to just for fun. It's not trying to throw shade, it's just reality. Tourney practice is decks that you're either trying to test against the best or can run in events. The only reason I don't play a ton of leagues is because to this point I've been kind of a cheapskate. I like to play a lot of games, I like to play it cheap. If I'm going to spend $8, I want to get cards that I do not have at this point. It's just kind of how I am. So But if I'm going to do videos and streams, then leagues are the way to go. Much better content. There's real competition. There's stakes. Stakes make drama. Drama makes a decent watch. But if you're going to play in tourney practice, wow, triple Bushwhacker. This could be great with another land. If you're going to play in tourney practice with a deck that's not tested, and you're going to quit, say, wow, this deck isn't as good as I thought. I mean, it's just common courtesy. Nobody chats in Magic, not consistently, not really, not the kind of table talk you get in an FNM, but, I mean, I didn't even chat a hi, good luck, how are you? But, you know, tourney practice is tourney practice. Well, just my opinions. So the question is, you know, lightning bolts in this deck, burn is to clear the blockers. Do we bolt the fairy, bushwhack for 5? Do we save the fairy for a counter? Does he leave the fairy up because he wants it to... I think we're just going to kick it because he might want to keep the fairy there in order to draw on it or use it for spell stutter. So let's swing. Let's see what he does. He's probably going to block the Scred Freak, save 3. Yep, that's okay though. Because, you know, if we had bolted him, in this case, you know, that 3 damage is a lightning bolt. He ate it with the fairy. He could have not blocked. Like, we could have burned it with the lightning bolt and gotten the Scred Freak in for 3, which this turn would be 2 more damage. Or he could have... what I'm trying to say is that lightning bolt versus the Scred Freak, you know, there's... Yeah, question is... was it worthwhile? And I think because I have one Scred Freak less on the board now, probably made sense to bolt the fairy. That's alright. We're learning. That's why it's tourney practice. So now we're going to Jackal Pup. Another spell stutter. I am okay because it's going to hit. We are going to bolt it. He doesn't have any fairies, so it does not get countered. And then we are going to bushwhack that one. And so that will get us a fair bit here. If we had the other freak alive, it would be down to 5. I'm going to say that I've learned my lesson and I should have bolted the fairy. So now he's had double spell stutter. He's got 1 card left. And he's going to draw up. Yeah, he didn't play a land, so he's fishing for a counter. And at this point in a match like this, I might stop casting spells in order to build up a hand that will blow him out in 1 turn. To basically to cast past all of his counters. And we're going to get in and swing with everything, because we don't want the 4th miscreant to come down and draw him more cards. But we want to give up our stuff. He's going to block the outsides because now the Jackal Pup can't get in. There we go. That would have been 2 cards in his hand, so wanted to do that. Alright. So we're just going to sit on the Chain Lightning. He's got open mana, he's got a full grip. he's got a 1/1. He can hit me for 20 turns, and I will eventually build the grip that gets that 6 damage in. No worry. He can take his 1. And we'll play a mountain and let him stew on what's in our hand. Part of me wants to find some flashback stuff for this. Ooh. Gross. Is he gonna combo that out? I'm trying to remember, is there a Midnight Gandhi combo? I don't think that's mono blue. That's a blue-white thing, isn't it? We just need to get 1 or 2 more spells, I think. You know, a Valley Dasher. Now, I could throw Chain Lightning at the Delver, Inner Flame Acolyte, but he's got 4 mana, 2 spells, might very well counter that. Next turn, the most he's doing is swinging for 3, 5, 6, if he flips the Delver. Ideally, maybe draw a Fire Blast to get to a point where we can swing in. Maybe he does a block and kills 2 things, or 1 of our creatures. Yeah, no worry there. Valley Dasher. No, what's the other one? The Heel Cutter. That's the one I'm thinking of. Alright. So let's throw down Valley Dasher. See if he's going to counter. And honestly, I might not do anything else. I might just sit and wait for the burn, wait for next turn. Jam 3 cards at him. It's going to snap, untap 2 lands, flash it back as a blocker, and untap another blocker. Oh no, he's going to tap down the Valley Dasher. Okay. That's kind of okay. I can't evoke it now. Yeah, we'll just sit on it. I'm kind of okay with that. He's still sitting on 5, 6 damage here, so we've got 2 turns. And unless he's got another snap. Oh, he's leaving the Pestermite black. So he's only going to do 4 damage this turn, which gives us 1 more turn to live. Oh no, he can still do 6 next. Okay. Alright. So now we can throw down Mog Conscripts. What we want to do, I think, here is target the Pestermite. If we target the Pestermite with Burn, he can bounce it, replay it, tap down a Dasher. But at that point, now if we play, we're going to cast out the Inner Flame Acolyte. Counter it. Should have played a mountain. No. Alright. So now we're going to go to combat. See if he has another snap or vapor snag or something to bounce the Pestermite back. Beginning of combat. Swinging with them. So he's going to block. We're going to get in. He cannot kill us next turn, so we are going to put down the Conscript. Now, we're in a bad spot here because the conscript can't attack unless we cast a creature. Ooh, okay. That's kind of good for us because that means he wasted a counter. We would have been in a situation where we couldn't attack. The Mog could not attack unless we cast a creature. The Jackal could not attack alone. We may have been in a spot to get in. Alright. So the question is going to be, what do we get? Another Jackal. So our only way to live is to Chain Lightning the Delver. And if the Delver does not die here, we scoop that and we concede. Probably made a mistake at the very beginning of that game letting that dude live. So here, Chain Lightning doesn't do us as much as Electrickery will. We don't need Lightning Bolts either, or one of them at least. The Glitter Fangs are going to go out for the Forged Devil. Forged Devil is 1 mana, enters the battlefield, deals damage to a creature, and 1 to you. So he gets in. He's a fun little dude. No artifacts. I think we're good there. Let's run it. Oh, look at that. Hell of a copy. Yes, we are going to play first. So we are going to keep this. So we're going to keep this. We can run Jackal down. Depending on what he plays, we can either run out a Dasher or a Scred Freak. So I got the Familiar down. Yeah, he's so right. Analysis, you know, there's always a better line. You know, even if it's, I should have mulliganed that good-looking hand, there's always a better line. Never let a loss just... I mean, sure, sometimes there will be a, gee, I could not have beaten that opponent's perfect 7 and just on-point draws. I had a match like that yesterday at F&M with my, Black-White Soul Sisters. And I just drew exactly what I needed to win a game. It was just, he could not get around it. I forget which match it was. I'd have to look at my book. But it was, you know, a really intense game. But it was like perfect draws, perfect plays. And there probably isn't anything the opponent could have done other than maybe mulliganed to a different hand that had answers for my perfect hand. So always look for a better line, you know. If you've ever been into chess at all, that's kind of what you do. You look back and you look for what was the first mistake I made, and you try to not make that mistake the next game you play. That, you know, ultimately, eventually makes you better. We're going to Valley Dasher here. And I think in this case we're going to swing with the 6 because next turn next turn if we go in with the Bushwhackers, yeah, Bushwhacker will be able to kill the Stormbound Geist next turn, and the Devil will be an extra 2 damage next turn. Next turn when we cast the devil, it will target the Geist, and then it will have 2 power, so any creature will be able to kill the Geist next turn, assuming something doesn't get countered. It'd be nice to draw a burn spell between now and then, so that way we can throw a burn at the Geist to maybe kill it. So he's got to be figuring his line and, figuring out, is this game just gone for him? Looks like he kept a marginal hand where he gushed on, what was that, the end of my turn 3 he gushed? And, he had the counter spell early. Oh, wow. He can't block? Sucks. That's unfortunate. That might turn the game, because next turn I'm going to have a whole lot. Oh! Yeah, I always forget which guys have summoning sickness and which ones don't. So Geist doesn't do him much, actually, in this matchup, because I have no flyers. If he can't block, and I can't block him, the thing's never going to be a 3/3, so he's probably ditching the Geist. That's pretty good. So game 3, rubber match. Game 2, I just had it. Maybe he made the mistake. That's one where you look at, gee, why did I sideboard in the Geist? Because it can only block flyers. His better play is, don't play the Geist. What I don't like with this one is we don't have a decent turn 1 drop. We could play a Bushwhacker on turn 1, but the conventional wisdom is you never play the Goblin Bushwhacker for 1. You always kick it. I know that's not the case. There's always the exception, but ew, that's, unless we start drawing some lands, that's not great. Like in this case, do we Bushwhacker, then Valley Dasher? I don't think so. I think we keep the Bushwhacker, because if we only have 2 lands, then kicking it and getting in for 2 and then getting in for another 2, kind of is what the deck does. We get in for damage. I think our best draws are going to be 2 more mountains. Because if we draw mountains on the next 2 turns, then we are going to be in a situation to eventually double Fire Blast. So Dasher swings, gets in for 2. Let's see what we get. Next turn, the question is, do we want to Inner Flame? And I think we kind of do. No blockers. If I Inner Flame Acolyte... Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I believe here we can Inner Flame Acolyte the Dasher, making it 4 power, and if he blocks with the Spire Golem, it'll kill it. But the Dasher's going to attack no matter what, and I can't kill the Golem without swinging in. Like, I can't kill the Golem and keep lands up. I can Fire Blast it, but that kills all my lands. I can invoke the Inner Flame, but that's not going to get me where I want to go. I think we cast the Inner Flame, get the body on the ground, so that next turn when we kick a Bushwhacker, we've got something a little tougher. Now, normally you would target itself. In this case, we want to make something that can kill his Spire Golem. Because like I said, the Dasher must attack. So he gets in. It's either 4 damage, and he keeps his Spire Golem, or... Yep, he took the 4. Okay. Now, best case for us is we draw a mountain, he swings with everything, and then we get in for potentially insane amounts of damage with Bushwhackers. Not what happened. So, question, do we drop Bushwhacker, kick a Bushwhacker, and then Fire Blast Spire Golem? A counter would be brutal here. And I am okay playing the... No. What do we want to do here? I think we kick the Bushwhacker. I can play a Bushwhacker for 1. Kick the team. I'd really like to get a 4th land and double kick the team. The question is, do I just... No, I think I play the Shred Freak and swing with the team. He can kill something if he has to, but I think this might be our best bet. If he does something like... If he casts a Pestermite here, I will seriously consider sacking the mountains to kill the Spire Golem. Or maybe kill the Pestermite, and maybe that's the right one. I've got open mana. And he's trying to decide, does he? No, he's going to kill that, because he knows next turn he's going to kill the Valley Dasher. Okay, we'll let that go. So if we can get a mountain, we can kick. We'll have a Valley Dasher capable of killing the Spire Golem. He's got too much mana and too many cards. I'm going to dash it, because if we can get around the Spire Golem, and we might get there by... do we now kill the Spire Golem by sacking mountains? That's a counter. The Dasher's gonna keep going. Yes. Oh god, that is so aggressive. Do we just wait a turn? Not gonna pay 3. The Dasher must attack. Yeah, I need the mountains, because if we're going to double Bushwhack, then we need to be able to do that with all 4 mana. So he's gone. I'd be surprised if he does anything. He's probably going to start building up a grip of counters. Really? Keeping Golem back because he doesn't want it to get... You know what? We're going to do as we did before. Let's think about this. Bushwhacker, Bushwhacker, kick a Bushwhacker. It's pretty telegraphed. He's going to see it coming a mile away, so that's not the right way. We're going to let it go. We need to outplay him. We need to get some lands down. We need to get some creatures down. We need to eat up his counters. I mean, I'm willing to sit here for 16 turns, draw 16 cards, and see what we get. That's Dasher. That's Bushwhacker. Let's see if we can't get somewhere with it. That's what he's going to counter. Alright. It's gone to private. Now, if he tries to do something end of turn, I might kill the Golem. Well, yeah, if he had another one, he'd play it. I think. I mean, yeah, now I can play the Spire Golem for 2 mana. If he gets a second one out, that's not good for us. At all. he's going to let us build up cards, I'm not going to run into the counter. We get a 5th land, then yeah, we can start doing stuff. Fifth land, do we heal cutter? No, not yet. Need to get him to commit some stuff. We might be able to do something fancy with killing creatures on his turn and still leaving mana up to be able to do stuff. I mean, we know he's got a ton of counters. Alright, so we're at 6. Can almost cast a Fire Blast for mana now. Wow. That might change things a bit. So I'm getting to the point where if I've got 7 mana... Oh, Mud Brawler. Boom. 4 mana left. He's going to counter that. Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. Get that. Let's cast it with dash, or do we want to just put it on the board? No, let's just cast it. Doesn't have haste, but it's going to stick if it sticks. Alright, so that's going. So that's 2 counters down. And we still have a hand. If we bushwhack, that would be 2 power. 3, we can, you know, got the potential to swing for 5 and throw 8 to the dome. Of course. Let's see what lands. What gets through. Gets countered, okay. Cast it with kicker. Hydroblast, okay. Let's sack 2 mountains, see if we can't kill it. Dispelled. We need to kill it because he's got 2, 4, 6 power on the board. So we're going to get in for 2. I don't know if we've got the gas to live 2 more turns. He just ninja'd me. And it was the golem, so the golem's going to come back down and just block. Ugh. There's nothing I can do. There's... Ew. Windmill Mountain. Good games. Did I lose connection again? Please tell me I didn't lose connection again. Have a great weekend. That was good stuff. I'm gonna just add him to my buddy list just because it's nice to play. Nice people. Competitive match. Complimentary. Humored himself. You know, took it on the chin well when he screwed up game 2. That was close. So the question is, game 1, could we have won if we had burned the ferry? Game 3, I'll have to look at that, see if there was something better. Hope you enjoyed.